Valve has heard your feedback, and the new experimental urn changes continue to evolve in Deadlock. No longer will your team be blown away by a McGuinness and a vantage point above the mid lane, with the delivery point now being moved back to the side lanes and the cash-out system being iterated on. Only a few days after the biggest overhauls to the Soul Urn we've seen in a very long time, Valve have already switched up the new system due to a lot of negative feedback from the wider community. One thing's for sure though, this change encouraged much more discussion and proactive play around the Soul Urn from all skill levels of Deadlock's player base. And that in itself is a very positive thing for an in-development game like Deadlock. I personally saw a lot of good and interesting elements from the new system, and I'm eager to try out this new iteration that's been released in today's patch, to see how it's evolving. So, as Celeste reads through all the feedback on the forums, let's kick off today's urn-centered episode. As always, you're watching Patch Notice here on Dead Air, and I'm your host, Jacky. Daisy and I have put together an overview of the new changes introduced in tonight's update, so that you're equipped when fighting for the urn with the new system. Don't forget to subscribe to stay in the loop whenever Yoshi makes something else punchable in Deadlock. Firstly, let's have a quick look at the location itself, as the urn delivery point has moved from the mid lane bridge. You'll now need to deliver the Soul Urn to the opposite sides of the map, on the side lanes underneath the bridge, with the old comeback urn delivery point locations now acting as the urn spawn location when your team is far enough behind in net worth after tonight's update. Neutral net worth urns though will still spawn on the side lanes in their regular plimps. So you'll be running the urn from one side lane bridge to the other. That'll be consistent the whole game, with variance in spawn location now being the dynamic factor, with these areas being the new delivery points that you'll want to be aware of on yellow and green. Because of this, Valve has made some changes around the speed and movement balance of the urn itself. You'll no longer have your sprint speed disabled whilst carrying the urn. Additionally, you'll now also have your sprint acceleration set to its maximum whilst carrying the Soul Urn. You'll also be gaining 2 meters of additional sprint speed, alongside 1 additional stamina to play with, a 10% bonus increase to your dash distance whilst running the urn, alongside 15% faster stamina regeneration as well, encouraging base kit movement on the urn runner during your marathon between both of the side lanes. If your team is far enough behind in soul net worth when picking up the urn, you'll also be granted a bonus of plus 4 meters in sprint speed. Movement tweaks aside though, the resistance aura provided by the urn to the team eligible for a comeback urn has changed too. Previously, it was providing a 50% reduction to bullet and spirit damage. Effectively, you would have all sources of damage halved in fights when you were the comeback team. That's been changed value-wise, going down from 50% to 35%. They also made some timing-related changes to the actual cash-out phase of the urn once it's been delivered. It's changed from 3 seconds for a favoured team, 5 seconds for a net worth neutral team, and 10 seconds for an unfavoured team if you were ahead, to instead now be 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and 15 seconds respectively, providing more time to actually play around the urn and fight over it in the melee brawl when the depositing cash-out phase begins. That's a good change in my eyes, and will make the fights far more interesting, rather than sometimes ending before they've even really started. In the same vein, the urn contest time added when heavy meleeing the urn to steal it during the cash-out has also been extended, going up from 1.25 seconds in added length to 3 seconds, so you can't almost instantly steal control and then win the cash out straight after. For quality of life changes, the hitbox and collision of the urn itself has also been increased by 20% in size, giving you more leeway in punching the urn during fights. I think these are all a great step in the right direction to make the new system better and less oppressive for players, with the main issue being the frequency of urns and constant mid-fights with multiple objectives directly on top of each other, once again opening up value from the side lanes and decision making in macro about pushing lanes and or setting up for the urn run. What do you think of the changes though? How would you switch up the new urn system, and what's your thoughts on it now that you've had a few days to play around with it? Let us know in the comments down below. Thanks again of course to our amazing YouTube members. These deadheads directly support myself and Daisy in making high quality Deadlock content. If you'd like to join them and be featured directly in the end credits of Patch Notice, then become a YouTube member today. Be sure to leave your thank yous to Daisy for her graphics as always in the comments, and with that said, thanks for watching. Myself and Daisy have some errands to run, so we'll see you next time Yoshi changes the soul urn. Bye bye for now.